How about
A lot of $25, $10, $100 here and there.
Valley? Well, it's about as good a point as there is, isn't it, Anna?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
In terms
As
of
far
view,
as rugged wildness, yeah.
There's some wonderful areas down at the bottom. You can just sit and have picnics. They're really great. Now, who owns that over there? Well, that's all owned already by DEM in Rhode Island. And they've got the option to buy this portion as soon as you clear out that toxic site down there. And then the area we're going to celebrate today, the two governments getting together, is Massachusetts getting the entrance to the contract. I see. The biggest portion is in Rhode Island. That's right. But if you want to stick a pin in anybody from Massachusetts, like us right here, where is he? Well, of course, their strategy is make Rhode Island pay for it. What?
it's further down.
Where? I don't know if the people have told you, but it was your option working with Charlie people. We got the land in Massachusetts not going to protect. If people hadn't acted when we had, Massachusetts wouldn't be able to do the protection. That's the truth. Let me tell you.
Get things underway. I would like to now introduce Massachusetts Secretary of Environmental Affairs, Susan Tierney.
Delicious job of welcoming you here to the border of these two great states on this beautiful, gorgeous fall day. Thank you everyone for coming to help us celebrate. I'm here principally to welcome you and to introduce the first speaker, who is Louise Redding, Chair of the Blackstone Valley Corridor Commission, who is going to have the role of MC for today's festivities. Thank you. Welcome on one of the most beautiful days we could have ever requested. Before I start my remarks, can I acknowledge the help of the Blackstone Valley Chamber of Commerce, who provided the refreshments that you are welcome to partake of, and recognize that the cookies were baked by the Blackstone Valley Regional Vocational High School kids. Let me tell you the real reason we are celebrating this big victory here today. Well, look at the people here, yourselves. People willing to do hard work and to give away the credit. That's the first big reason. When we work together, good things become an inevitability. The Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor is the umbrella group that keeps us all working towards our special vision, the protection of the special character and significance of the Blackstone Valley. We have 500,000 residents in the Blackstone Valley, and they elect representatives who want to protect our special character. Because we work together, we attract the important partners we need to make our vision reality. Senator Chafee, Governor Weld, and Governor Sundlun have all personally made a difference. They have seen our historic sites, and they have explored the long abused Blackstone River by canoe. They are also helping commit state and federal government to protect our resources to complete the greenway and bike path that will connect us all from Worcester to Providence. To help us link historic and environmental protection with economic development and tourism development. The people here are a new breed, self-directed if you will. We have a lot in common with Governor Sundlun and Governor Weld and Senator Chafee. We are basically conservative. We don't want government to do everything for us, but we want government to work with us. We start something small, but we finish it. Businessmen here work with environmentalists. The Chamber of Commerce and the Citizens Bank, for instance, sponsor the activities of the Watershed Association and the Friends of the Blackstone. Because we work together, national foundations of enormous significance, the Conservation Fund and the Richard King Mellon Foundation, have teamed up with our own Metacomet Land Trust to make our greenway a reality. Because we work together, several Worcester foundations have combined with people in North Smithfield to donate money to this cause. And Unibank of Whitensville, Massachusetts, made available to Town Administrator Ken Yankee over 50 acres right next to the Blackstone Gorge at a great price. which North Smithfield has earned. The other big reason we have this success today is because we have terrific resources to protect. On behalf of the 500,000 residents of the corridor and the many tourists which will one day be inspired by the forever wild beauty of the gorge, who will come here to recharge their batteries in order to dedicate themselves anew to life, as each of you have, I commend you, Governor Weld, Governor Sundlun, and Senator Chafee, and the many other elected officials willing to work together for the good of the Blackstone Valley. But make no mistake, our work is not done. Governor Weld, your help will be needed during the construction of the Route 146 connector to the Mass Pike to demonstrate that good development can enhance, not destroy, the Blackstone River and Canal that lies directly along the route. Senator Chafee, the man most responsible for securing the passage by Congress of the National Heritage Corridor legislation, needs your help to make sure the federal government remains here as a willing partner. And Governor Sundlun, we need you to keep up your enthusiasm. You have got the economic development people and the highway people and the people from the Department of Environmental Management focused on northern Rhode Island. As you know, there is life north of Newport and Providence. As I introduce Governor Bruce Sundlun, let me tell you how committed he and Governor Weld are to our corridor. When they first met, their very first conversation was about cleaning up the Blackstone River. Governor Sundlun.
Thank you, Louise. Let me tell you how you really got here today. It was at the new governor's meeting in Lexington, Kentucky, immediately after the 1990 election. Governor Weld and I were both there, 2 of 16 new governors who were going to be taught the ropes by 20 senior governors. I had never met Governor Weld, but in a room he's not hard to find. He's tall and he's got carrot red hair. So I walked up to him and I said, "Hello, I'm Bruce Sundlun." And he turned to me, he didn't even tell me what his name was, he just said, "Are you an environmentalist?" I said, "I think so." He said, "Good. Maybe we can do something together." I said, "I don't see how." The 2 worst environmental problems I've got, you caused. You dump into the Blackstone River and it flows down into Rhode Island. You dump from Fall River into Mount Hope Bay, and that pollutes the bay and Narragansett Bay. So he called on his prior experience. He said, "Well, so sue me." One state can sue another in the Supreme Court of the United States. Well, I used to be a lawyer. I said, "Yeah, I know that. But you're so broke you couldn't pay the judgment, I guess." He said, "That's right. But maybe we can settle. Isn't there something you want?" I said, "Yeah. I'll take Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, then I won't be the smallest state anymore." He said, "Your price is too high, but we'll work something out." From that day forward, we've worked well together. This park flowed out of our own governments, but it was a wonderful idea. The governor of Massachusetts was quick to accept the idea, and we're all here today as a result. And there's only one more thing I want to tell you. There used to be an employee of the Department of Environmental Management in Rhode Island by the name of Judy Benedict. And Governor Weld, whether you know it or not, Judy Benedict is responsible for the land that we're all on because she found out it was available and she prevailed upon a conservation fund to buy it and thereby took title to it. And then the state of Massachusetts bought it from that fund. But I think this is a wonderful example of how two states can combine to preserve the environment and to create a wonderful park that will enable people to enjoy themselves for years. We all take for granted our rights of freedom of speech, privacy. We'll fight to defend those pretty fast. I'm not so sure that we've been as quick to defend our rights of clean air, clean water, but I think we're getting there pretty fast. And it's events like today that make that possible. I'm very grateful to Governor Weld for spearheading an effort to stop one of these pollutions, one of the largest pollution sources on this river behind us. I've been told that at the end of last month, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts issued a pollution permit to the Upper Blackstone Wastewater Abatement District, and that's going to go a long way towards restoring the integrity of this river and of Narragansett Bay. So today's dedication was really not an end of a land acquisition effort. It's really the beginning of a much larger commitment to restore the entire Blackstone River Valley. I want to thank the governor. I want to thank the Blackstone River Heritage Corridor Commission for working with the state of Rhode Island to make this project a reality. While we're telling anecdotes, I also want to thank Senator Chafee. He used to be governor. He's now Senator Chafee. For getting this corridor dedicated and getting the Congress to provide much of the money. Senator Chafee is the only man in the world I can say, if it wasn't for him, I'd be dead. He saved my life when I was 13 years old and I fell through the ice, came up under the ice. All the other kids ran for the scoutmaster who was too far away to do any good. John Chafee, age 12, inched his way up to the hole and put his hockey stick down. I grabbed it, pulled me out. I've had a few close scrapes since, but never one that close. I've thanked him before, I thank him again. I want to remind him of the old Chinese subject, proverb. In China, if you save somebody's life, you're supposed to be responsible for them for the rest of their life. I remind the senator that he's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm running for re-election. The election is 3 weeks off. Remember that, Senator. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor Sundlun, for that kind introduction. If I had a lead like you got going in an election 3 weeks away, I wouldn't complain one bit. I'd say Chafee's done a marvelous job for you. Governor Weld, and I know Mayor Langto's here. Lieutenant Governor Beecham, and friends all gathered here this absolutely lovely day. All this stems back to 1986, when a group of people had the idea of this corridor, which, by the way, has the longest, most complicated name. Anybody, it's got 6 words in it. Those are the only things I can remember. Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor. How about that? Now, so we met in Washington, representatives from Blackstone, from Uxbridge, from Woonsocket, and Pawtucket, and the idea came up that let's see if we can develop this as a park. It's a very different kind of park. It isn't the traditional park where you have 1,000 or 500 or 20,000 acres and an entrance to it.
It was what they originally described as a linear park, and it involved various entities. And today we see the conclusion or the fruition of a very important part of that effort. It's not over by a long shot. We haven't come to the end of it. There's a lot to go to complete this idea of the 46-mile stretch from Worcester to Pawtucket. But this is a key ingredient in it. And it seems to me today we celebrate two important achievements. First, that this has been done, that this gorge has been purchased as a result of a lot of effort, combined effort. But secondly, and I think just as importantly as all that, is that this is a testimony as to what can be achieved when various towns get together, and I don't believe I've seen an instance where two states have worked together like these two states represented by Governor Weld and Governor Sundlun have done to produce this effort that we're honoring here today. And so what I hope is that in future generations they'll have the feeling that so many of us have had. When we go to Roger Williams Park, or if we're in New York, we see Central Park, and we say to ourselves, isn't it wonderful that they saved that land? I believe future generations in 2060, people or later, people are going to say, wasn't it wonderful that they saved that land and now we all can enjoy it? Thank you very much.
It's my great pleasure to introduce my boss, a marvelous environmentalist. You know him here, he's on your land. It's Governor Bill Weld.
Thank you, Secretary Tierney. I'm something of a freshwater enthusiast, as some of you know. There was a picture in the papers last week of Secretary Tierney and myself whitewater rafting down the Deerfield River. We very nearly bought the farm. She was such, not because he was so good looking either, she was such a strong paddler on that occasion that I'm going to forgive her outrageous pun about it being a gorgeous day. I'm not sure registered with everybody. Last year I was not rafting but canoeing in the Blackstone along with Representative Dick Moore of Uxbridge, who's here, and Senator Matt Amarillo. And that was quite a trio for a canoe trip. The three of us together weighed 806 pounds. But we navigated the river without incident because that was blackwater and not whitewater. But it's a great pleasure to be here with my downstream colleague, Governor Sundlun, and the Lieutenant Governor, and assorted mayors and legislators, and my friend of long standing, Senator John Chafee, who's one of the country's premier environmentalists. I am told, and I believe, that this stretch of the Blackstone River, the gorge here, looks pretty much the same today as it did 200 years ago. And that was a moment when much of New England was at the onset of decades and decades of economic growth. And in hindsight, one might say, without fear of contradiction, decades and decades of environmental neglect. In those times, New England rivers such as the Blackstone and the Merrimack served as commercial corridors that were in many ways every bit as important as the current New York to LA jet route. Salmon spawned in the New England rivers those days, including the Blackstone, and on Beacon Hill 200 years ago I doubt there was a perceived need for a rivers protection bill such as we now have pending in the Massachusetts legislature. Those were the years when Massachusetts earned its reputation as the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. In that Industrial Revolution, this river right here, the Blackstone River, was a powerful little engine that could. It earned the reputation, the moniker in fact, of being the nation's hardest working river because of the exploitation of its water power to satisfy Massachusetts mills and factories and commerce. History tells us now, in retrospect, that damming the river stopped the salmon's upriver migration. This is a matter of personal regret to me. My grandfather was curator of fishes at the Museum of Natural History in New York City and author of several treatises
on trout and salmon, which I memorized as a young man. History also tells us that the Massachusetts inauguration of the American Industrial Revolution ultimately contributed to serious pollution of the Blackstone River and on into Narragansett Bay, and Governor Sundlun wasn't just whistling when he complained to me about that pollution in our first but most serendipitous meeting. And that is why we're here today, to celebrate with Rhode Island and Governor Sundlun our continuing joint successes in restoring and protecting the Blackstone and the land corridor around it. As some of you know, I'm very government proactive when it comes to the environment, although in most other respects I'm a hands-off libertarian. But I believe that restoring the Blackstone's waters and acquiring as much abutting the property's previous owner, the Blackstone Smithfield Corporation, for its cooperation, and I would like to acknowledge the contributions of the Metacomet Land Trust, Blackstone Hydro, Inc., and the Blackstone Valley National Heritage Corridor Commission. But I am really looking forward to coming back here with my children and grandchildren and visiting this most gorgeous bi-state state park. Thank you.
Christy Anderberg is Executive Director of the Metacomet Land Trust. Those of us within the Corridor Commission staff truly consider Metacomet Land Trust a little land trust that could. With no permanent staff and a minuscule budget, Metacomet accepted, indeed seized the challenge of raising the $30,000 shortfall in funding that threatened the completion of the purchase of this pristine landscape. They sold t-shirts, held bake sales, organized meetings, stood on street corners. They begged anyone within earshot, raising a significant portion of the $30,000, $1 at a time. Inspired by their challenge, the Massachusetts Blackstone Valley Chamber of Commerce joined in, raising more than $6,000 in this first-of-a-kind effort for that group. Other major donors were also successfully moved. In the end, the deadline was met, and the Metacomet Land Trust has grown by the experience. It is the Commission's hope that they will be an active partner in future protection projects. It is my pleasure to introduce Christy Anderberg, one of the engineers of the Little Land Trust that could. Thank you. In the spring of 1992, the Metacomet Land Trust was invited to join the effort to protect the Blackstone River Gorge. As a young organization, we were terrified at the thought of trying to raise $30,000 at the local level. But at the same time, we were excited about working on such an important project. With the guidance and knowledge provided by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Management, the Blackstone River Valley National Heritage Corridor Commission, and the National Park Service, we were able to bridge the gap between the public and private parties involved. The opportunity has provided us with excellent experience that we intend to carry over on future projects within the valley. Our presence is now being established. To raise funds, as Louise said, we sold t-shirts, we led walks, we even sold slush cups. We held 3 large events, helicopter rides, a concert, and a Polish picnic. In a few short months, we were able to reach our goal. But it was not without the help of a tremendous number of friends and neighbors of this area, which is known locally as the High Rock Gorge. These people know the land intimately. They came out and shared their experiences and memories of growing up along the Blackstone with us. Many of us had never even been here before. They spent many long hours helping us implement our fundraising plan. One very special person, one of Metacomet's board members, really helped lead the way. Tom Dick, whose determination and relentless attention to detail inspired us all to work hard, but we could really never quite match his enthusiasm. Tom, it is my pleasure to work beside you on this project. talking about a place like this when he entered in his journal in January of 1861. What are the natural features that make a township handsome? A river with its waterfalls and meadows, a lake, a hill, a cliff, or individual rocks, a forest, or ancient trees standing singly. Such things are beautiful. They have a high use which dollars and cents never represent. If the inhabitants of a town were wise, they would seek to preserve these things, though at a considerable expense, for such things educate far more than any hired teachers or preachers. The inhabitants of this town, this state, and the state of Rhode Island knew exactly what Thoreau meant. They were wise and chose to preserve these natural features at whatever cost they could, or in some cases could not afford. Our donors were foundations, corporations, businesses, and individuals who could afford to make a large contribution. But they were also unemployed or retired, and they sent their $3 and $10 checks in with notes of apology for not being able to do more. This project is the ultimate proof that natural resources do not recognize political bounds. Our donations came from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Missouri, and even the state of Washington. Preservation of this land, which provides such valuable education, will benefit many future generations. Those to come will know exactly how wise these inhabitants were. The Metacomet Land Trust is proud to be a participant in such a unique preservation effort. We thank our partners and all of those who gave their money, their time, and their hard work to help us keep this gorge forever wild. We are so lucky to work with Louise Chafee, Commissioner of Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management. I like to believe that people named Louise get things done, and she really does. For someone in government, she's capable of the most amazing accomplishments. For example, she actually does work across state boundaries. She's worked with the Conservation Fund to obtain the option on the Massachusetts land. And another amazing thing is she continues the Blackstone Gorge work project begun by her predecessor, Bob Bendick. And she kept Judy Benedict working on this project. Louise is a Blackstone Commissioner, and it has been a pleasure working with her on the Commission for the Blackstone Valley. Louise Chafee. Governor Sundlun, Governor Weld, Senator of the region, Mayor Wanko, and our guests. A year ago, I stood in this same spot with Peter Weber, and we dedicated at that time the Rhode Island portion of this bi-state park. And I stand here today, and I'm reminded that this could be a very perfect marriage. I have to tell you, Governor Weld, that I was a little worried as to whether Massachusetts would get to the altar, but indeed we're here. And we're ready to go forward with this very innovative project. Each administration and each generation commits itself to making their town or their state a much better place. Senator Chafee, when he was governor, probably forged the way for environmentalists in the state of Rhode Island. Today, in our own state, Governor Sundlun's agenda has been focused and complete. And in the overall priorities, this corridor stands alone amongst the things that he wishes to accomplish. Rhode Island has done a great deal for this project. In a short time of a year and a few months, we have restored the Kelly House. We even cut the grass around the Kelly house. We have had a dedication of the Valley Falls Park last September. We have under design, as you know, a bike path that will run the entire length of the Blackstone. This truly is a magnificent project. And if to get it done, aside from the enthusiasm of Jim Pepper, many hands must be put to work, and many organizations and states. Rhode Island stands firmly committed to this project. And one way or another, despite all the budget problems, we're going to see and we're going to play our part in making certain that this comes to fruition. Thank you very much. Peter Weber exemplifies the best of the Corder family, and I feel as though we can call ourselves family the way we all work together. Maybe we're better than family because we work together, I don't know. As Commissioner of Mass Department of Environmental Management, Peter is an ex officio member of the Corder Commission, yet he brings an earnestness and sincerity to his position that belies his non-resident status. My favorite image of Peter remembers canoeing down the Blackstone with his son on a beautiful fall day just as this. He wasn't participating in the interpretive tour because it was required, but because he not only sees the vision, but he wishes to pass that beauty on to the next generation. Peter's agency was responsible for acquiring the section on which we stand, which provides the gateway necessary to reach the gorge itself. It is my pleasure to introduce you Peter Weber, Commissioner of Mass.
Thank you, Louise. It's my distinct privilege and pleasure not only to be part of this ceremony here today, but to also be in the position of batting cleanup. I will also clue you into the fact that the deeds were recorded yesterday.